Palestine belongs to us. So I said, how, sir? How, sir? How does Palestine belong to you? And from the book of Genesis, chapter 17, verse 8, he quoted. He says, and I will give unto thee, Allah Bari Ta'ala speaking to Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam, say, I will give unto thee and to thy seed after thee the land wherein thou art a stranger, the land wherein thou art a stranger, all the land of Canaan, that's Palestine, for an everlasting possession, and I will be the God. Means I will see to it that you are protected. This is, God Almighty promised it to us. And this is how they have programmed the Christian world. This is the promise of God to the Jews. If they go against the Jew, they are going against God. Can't you see? Like zombies. Everybody is being led like zombies into this. Good faith is telling me, say, look, Palestine belongs to us. God promised it to us. You see, the Bible gives us a test. In the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 18, verses 21 and 22, we are told that, and if thou say in thine heart, how shall we know the word which the Lord has not spoken? Suppose this was not given by God. Suppose God didn't utter those words about giving Palestine to Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam. How are we to know whether it was such a promise was made or it wasn't made? That the word Lord had not spoken. When a prophet speaketh, says the book of Deuteronomy, in the name of the Lord, in the name of God, if the thing follow not, if that thing doesn't happen, nor come to pass, that is the thing the Lord had not spoken. If the thing didn't happen, then that is the promise that was not made by Allah. But the prophet had spoken it presumptuously. Thou shalt not be afraid of him. Now they believe that a prophet can speak presumptuously on his own. We believe that a prophet can't do that. He's only a mouthpiece of God. Whatever Allah Bari Ta'ala puts into his heart and mind, only that he can utter, not what he feels like. But according to the Christian Bible and the Jewish Bible, the prophets can speak, shoot it off, off the cuff, anything what they like. So I said, look, this is a test. Is it a valid test? He said, of course it's a valid test. I said, let's apply it. Let us apply to this prophecy. It's a prophecy that Ibrahim alayhi salam was going to get the whole of Palestine, Canaan, for an everlasting possession, him and his children. So I said, you see, sir, the day when Abraham died, it says in Genesis chapter 25, verses 9 and 10, and his sons, Isaac and Ishmael, buried him in a cave. Buried Hazrat Ibrahim in a cave. The field which Abraham purchased of the sons of Het. There was Abraham buried. There was Abraham buried and Sarah his wife. They were buried in the same place. What land? What he had purchased with hard cash. He got nothing for nothing. He paid for it, according to the Bible, your book. So in other words, he had nothing. And we are told that he didn't have enough land to rest his foot upon. Not 1 square foot of land he owned. What was given to him for nothing. This is what he had to buy with his sweated labor. Then in the book of Hebrews, for the Christians now, chapter 11, verse 13, this Hebrews, you know who? Again, Paul. Well, we use him. This Paul says, these all died in faith. All these prophets, were given promises. Allah, promised them the golden carrot dangled before them. He said, these all died in faith, not having received the promises. Not having received. They didn't receive it. Come. And they were being led. This is what Paul is telling us. But having seen them afar off, you see that golden carrot, donkey, far, you keep on going for it, they received nothing. So I said, now, is it true, sir? Is it true that they didn't receive the promises? They got nothing. He got nothing. He was supposed to get the whole of Palestine for an everlasting possession, and he didn't own, not 1 square foot of land was given to him. Is it true? So, well, his book says so. So I said, therefore, this promise could not be of God. And the battle was over. I didn't want to cut short the discussion. We wanted to pursue this further. So I said, you see, Mr. Beer, I am prepared to concede that God did make such a promise. As if Palestine was my father's property. I'm prepared to give it to you, in other words. So I said, now, the promise prophecy is, I will give unto thee, means Abraham, and to thy seed after thee. I said, who is the seed of Abraham? She said, we, the Jews. I said, no doubt. You are the seed of Abraham, but are you the only seed? I says, you know, in the book of Genesis, the first book of your Torah, no less than 12 places, Ishmael, that's how they say it. Ishmael is described as the son and seed of Abraham, no less than 12 times. And as for Ishmael thy son, and as for Ishmael thy seed, it says 12 princes shall he beget, and I will make him a great nation, because he is thy seed, no less than 12 times. So, I said, you see, sir, you know, you are the seed of Abraham, and the Arabs are also the seed of Abraham. Why can't you both live in peace and harmony as brothers, instead of you lording it over them and kicking them out? He says, Dad, you see, we had this country. You know, we possessed it under David and Solomon. So, they are entitled to it. So I said, how did you get it? See, you came out of Egypt, 12 tribes, united people. Under Joshua, united people. And you go into a village, that village chieftain, you know, they call them kings. You know, a little fellow, with 500 people or 200 people living there in the village is a little king. Like the Bantus they have, you know, Nkosi, everywhere, a little Nkosi. So they had these Palestinians, they also had the little chiefs. So they went and knocked over one king, conquered him. You know, you are tribes, united tribes, 12 tribes against one little fellow there, and in one day they killed 30 kings. Can you imagine? They conquered 30 different countries. Can you imagine? No, what they did was one village, another village, they knocked hells into them. They didn't know that they were a nation. This guy is thinking his village is his country. He's not thinking that, look, those guys are coming along, let us unite and defend ourselves. No, this is mine, he lost it. That guy thinks this is mine, and he lost it. And they lost 30 countries in one day. 30 kings, they killed the Jews. They killed 30. So I said, look, you knocked hells into the people, because the people, they didn't know that they were a people. They didn't know that they were a nation. There's only one little chieftain and another little chieftain, you knocked them over and you took the land by force. I said, if that entitles you to that country, because your forefathers, David and Solomon, had it, then we would be entitled to Spain. I said, you know, my forefathers ruled Spain for 800 years. 800 years, the Muslims, and we have there, go today and see the monuments that my forefathers built. They're still there. If we had the power, can we go and reclaim Spain? He said, look, who built the Alhambra? You built it? My forefathers built it. So we go and claim it. I said, the Dutch, can they go back to Indonesia? He said, look, our forefathers ruled it for 300 years. The Portuguese, can they come back to Mozambique? They said, look, our forefathers ruled it for 500 years. Nonsense. But he says, Dad, we have it. It belongs to us. You know, we got it now. I said, right, how did you get it? Might is right. Is that your principle? That by force of arms you took it away from the poor Arabs? If that entitles you to Palestine, then they have a right to take it back by force. Why are you complaining? If by force, if you are entitled, if justifies you taking away, possessing somebody else's property, then by force of arms they can reclaim it. What are you crying about?